Today I'm showing you how to set up your still life to photograph and then to draw. You can see that I have selected 4 items to draw: a coffee maker, a coffee cup, a small vase and a red apple. The other items that you'll see there are a plain coloured pillowcase or a sheet of plain fabric and some sticky tape or some blue tack to stick things to the wall. Mine's all resting on a very fancy ironing board. Let's get started. Alright, so I'm going to move all of my objects off and it's time to stick that pillowcase to the wall. I've decided to use sticky tape. It was just a bit quicker and held the fabric on easier for me. So in laying out my objects, I'm thinking about where I place them, and as you can see, I'm moving them around to try to get them spaced out well so that I can see each item. I've just turned on a light to my right. You might use a torch, a spotlight, an open window. Any light source is fine. I'm moving mine to get a sharper light. So yep, that's where I'm happy with it, and I'll leave it there. So I've left this picture in just to show you what my setup looks like. You can see where I've put my phone. You don't need a tripod. You can stand and hold it. And I've got a spotlight, but like I said, you can use any light source. You can also see that it's in the mess of everyday life. I mentioned that you need to consider your light source and that I'm using a spotlight, but that you could use the light from a window or a torch or any other light that you have. The position of that light source will decide where your highlights and where your shadows are. In this one, it's on the right. In this image, I've moved the light source to the left of the subject, so you can see that the shadows are now cast on the right-hand side. This time, the light is below and in front of the subject, so you can see the upward shadows behind. And finally, I've placed the light directly in front of the objects, which you can see tends to flatten it out slightly. So this is the image that I chose to go with, the light source on the right, casting shadows to the left of the picture. Whichever setup you decide is fine, but you must consider the direction of your shadows and the position of the highlights based on your light source.